Mo Salah drops a series of explosive interviews that fully expose Liverpool Football Club and the head coach, Arne Slot. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video. Today's video is going to centre around this man right here, Mohammed Salah, who in the aftermath of Liverpool's 3-3 draw yesterday with Leeds United at Ellen Road, went public with his frustrations, with his grievances, with his annoyances. He went public in a series of interviews, pulling back the curtain and exposing Liverpool's car crash of a season, the club itself, and the manager, the head coach, Arne Slot, about how there is no relationship between them anymore, about how he's frustrated with how the season has gone so far, but states that it feels like someone doesn't want him at the club this season, even though Liverpool, of course, gave him a bumper new contract in the summer. Or just before the summer, should I say, and that he feels like he's being scapegoated and is being thrown under the bus when it comes to finding a cause, a concern, a problem in Liverpool's absolute train wreck of a campaign so far. We're going to be talking about these explosive interviews. We're going to be looking at some of the things that Salah said. I'm going to be dropping my opinions in this video as well. But as always, as I would like to remind you all to please like the video and also subscribe if you are new. Both things are always and forever greatly appreciated. And of course, I encourage you all to get involved in the conversation yourselves. Let me know what you guys are thinking and feeling down below in the comments section. Your thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you want to call it. I'm sure will make for great and interesting reading on this very intriguing topic of discussion. So please do get involved. And without further ado, we're going to get on with things ourselves. We're going to be talking Mohammed Salah, his explosive interviews, and of course what it means for Liverpool Football Club and for Arne Slot. So first and foremost, let me just say this. I'm never exactly a fan of players coming out in public, airing their dirty laundry, that kind of thing. But I do understand that every so often players are only human. They reach a boiling point, they reach a breaking point, and they come out and they just say what they are really feeling. No media training, nothing along them lines. It is basically just raw, authentic, organic, genuine opinion, feeling right from the heart of certain players. And that's exactly what Mo Salah has done here. Even though the likes of Van Dijk have clearly tried to do the whole PR, media training stuff. Even Dominic Szoboszlai, before the Mo Salah interview, basically said stuff needs to be kept behind closed doors. And then Salah just comes on screen and goes, yeah, basically I feel like I'm being scapegoated. I feel like I'm being thrown under the bus. This, and that. Yeah. If anything, it just displays how much of a car crash this entire season has been, and it looks like it is not going to get any better anytime soon, at least for the immediate future. This is very rare. This has not happened in over a decade, I would say, for Liverpool Football Club. Before Jurgen Klopp came in, this probably did happen somewhat more regularly than what it has done over the past decade. But since then, the club has been very good at protecting their players. The club has been very good at sort of managing the players. And of course, you know, there have been some really good times as well, which of course adds to the players' happiness, which means they've got really very little to moan about. But we've gone back in time. We have gone back in time. We're playing some terrible football right now. We're getting some terrible results. We're in the mud. A lot of people are looking at us as like the worst Premier League defending champions in history. Alongside, obviously, a massive spending spree in the summer. It's not a great look, is it? And the only thing I can compare it to is that of Manchester United. Because Manchester United, over the past decade, have done this thing kind of regularly. Players have come out left, right and centre, exposing things, pulling back the curtain, and revealing maybe a little bit too much in certain situations. The one that sprung to my mind was, of course, the Cristiano Ronaldo and Eric Ten Hag feud of a few years ago. So I'm sure Piers Morgan is licking his lips at the prospect of maybe getting an interview with Mo Salah. Personally, if I was Mo Salah, I'd punch him in the face, but that's just me. But no. and it's a very controversial topic. It's a very debatable topic as to, do you do this kind of thing? Do you not do this kind of thing? Do you keep it behind closed doors? Do you want to reveal this much? And then, many people will go, well, whose side are you on? Are you on the manager, the clubs, the players, whoever's obviously in the firing line here? And I would probably safely say that probably 99% of the Liverpool fan base is probably on the side of Mo Salah in this situation. Got a lot more credit in the bank, got a lot more years behind him, a lot more loyalty and affection with the Liverpool fan base. And of course, after what we've seen this season, a lot of us are seeing the fact that this is not purely down to Mo. Is Mo Salah playing great right now? No. But at the same time, is he the scapegoat for this? No. Is he the sole reason why we're playing poor? No. The majority of that blame, in my personal opinion, does fall on the head coach, on the manager, on Mr. Arne Slot here. So there are just a lot of different factors. There are a lot of different symptoms, but in my opinion, as I've said time and time again, the root cause is this guy. So, for a lot of people to kind of call out Salah in this situation, including the likes of Liverpool legend, no, he's a legend, Jamie Carragher, it's completely bizarre, and I'm sure that Carragher is going to obviously come out and spout some sort of nonsense to kind of appease his bosses at Sky or whatever, rather than give what I believe to be his genuine opinion. But here we are. This is the reality of the situation. And like I say, we've turned into Man United on the pitch, and after last night, it's exposed and pulled back the curtain a little bit too much, revealing a little bit too much, in my opinion. But at the same time, sometimes that can be something that gives a club a shot in the arm, a kick up the backside to sort itself out. And, like I say, Salah's probably revealed a lot that we've suspected this season in terms of players maybe downing tools, some players not being happy, relationships breaking down, that kind of thing. So we'll go with one of the many quotes from Sky Sports. Well, Sky Sports put these up. We'll start with one of the many quotes, not really in order or anything. We're just going to go through them. This one is basically saying that I'm sitting on the bench for 90 minutes, the third time on the bench. I think for the first time in my career, I'm very, very disappointed, to be fair. I've done so much for this club down the years, and especially last season. Now I'm sitting on the bench, and I don't know why. It seems like the club has thrown me under the bus. That is how I am feeling. I think it's very clear that someone wanted me to get all of the blame. I got a lot of promises in the summer, and so far I am on the bench for 3 games, so I can't say they keep the promise. Broken promises. Where have we heard that before? Oh yeah, Alexander Isak in the summer. I basically said to each and every single one of you that was paying attention during the summer that we can go on about player loyalty all we want, but it works both ways. The club also has the opportunity to be loyal to the player, and this clearly is not how Mo Salah is feeling right now. So again, player loyalty and loyalty to the club, loyalty to the player from both ends can be called into question. So I wonder how those people that are saying that Alexander Isak is a traitor and a rat are feeling when listening to this story. Are they feeling the same way? Are they feeling differently? I don't know. Would be interested to realise and to understand that from those kinds of people. But the fact of the matter is this: he's basically not complaining that he's sat on the bench. It's a symptom of the cause. Of course, no player is happy to sit on the bench, but his main reasoning is not understanding why he's on the bench. There seems to be a breakdown. He actually explains that there's a breakdown in communication and relationship with the manager, and he doesn't understand why this is happening. He's tried to ask, seemingly, but he doesn't get a simple or even a good enough answer. And let's be honest, as Liverpool fans, we know he's not been playing great. And some of us, including myself, have actually called for Mo Salah to be on the bench this season. I don't want any one of my players to ever think that they've got a nailed-on place to start, despite the fact they're playing crap right now. Mo Salah's not been playing very well this season. We all know that. We all understand that. There were probably times where he should have been dropped, and maybe someone like a Federico Chiesa, for example, should have come in his place. But the fact of the matter is that he's not even being told why he's being dropped. He was dropped against West Ham, and I think Slot said it was down to fitness, and it was down to obviously rotation, and we've got a lot of big games coming up. Fine, fair enough. But then you don't play him, you don't start him against Sunderland. You bring him on in the second half. Then you don't even start him or play him against Leeds in a 3-3 draw that we really had the opportunity to kill the game off with. Madness to me. Absolutely madness to me that was not even a thought that processed your mind. But instead, you wanted to go and thaw out and defrost Endo and bring him on. Okay. A guy you've left out in the cold and not played, I don't think, since the Carabao Cup, maybe? Like, what are you doing? What on God's earth are you doing? It makes no sense to me. The relationship has clearly broken down. And what makes it even worse as well, if Arne Slot was telling the truth about rotation, about fitness, about how standards had to be met, about players not playing very well and stuff like that, why the hell is Cody Gakpo still playing? Why the hell is Cody Gakpo starting every game? Cody Gakpo was terrible. Absolutely terrible. Abysmal. Shocking. Even by his own standards this season. He was awful against Sunderland, which is why he got hooked after 45 minutes. How is he rewarded? What is the aftermath? What is the repercussion for that terrible performance? Oh, he actually starts against Leeds and plays the majority of the game. Salah, no sign of him. Chiesa, who saved Arne Slot on that night by sprinting back about 60-70 yards to obviously clear a ball off the line, was rewarded by not getting on the pitch at all against Leeds. But Cody Gakpo can have stinker after stinker after stinker, and he's rewarded by playing time. The same with Konate. The same with maybe other few players. I'm just naming them two off the top of my head. Van Dijk's been poor this season, but he doesn't get hooked. So what exactly is going on here? Oh, it seems to be favouritism. It seems to be, this horrible mentality that some managers fall into of picking their favourites, choosing their favourites, and no matter what happens, their favourites are going to be starting no matter what. This is the frustration of Mo Salah that we are seeing right now. He's not directly calling it out. He wouldn't throw his teammates under the bus. This is purely on the club, on the manager, and he's alluding to this. I'm going to assume he's alluding to this. Further on, he says this. I said many times before that I had a good relationship with the manager, and all of a sudden we don't have a relationship. I don't know why, but it seems to me how I see it that someone doesn't want me at the club. This club, I always support it. My kids will always support it. I love the club so much, I will always do it. I called my mum yesterday. You guys didn't know if I would start or not, but I come to the Brighton game. I don't know if I'm going to be playing in that game or not, but I am going to enjoy it in my head. I'm going to enjoy the game because I don't know what is going to happen now. I will be at Anfield saying goodbye to the fans and go to the Africa Cup. I don't know what is going to happen when I am there. So, essentially, he's basically saying the club, the manager, seemingly want him out. Which begs the question, why on God's earth did you give him a bumper new deal during his final year at the club? Now, if it was to just appease the fans, then you are a very, very weak club. Yes, the backlash immediately would have been horrible. It would have been terrible. It would have been head-scratching, mind-boggling, all of those kinds of words. But at the same time, in saying all of that, at least maybe in hindsight, we would have gone, you know what, the club actually knew better than us, they knew more than us. We've seen a drop-off in him that we didn't really expect to see. So fair play on the club for reacting, for being proactive rather than reactive. Fair enough. But you decided to put him on this amount of money. And now it's seemingly being suggested that they want him out. They want to try and exploit Saudi for all they've got. Well, I'm sorry, but in this kind of form, in this kind of atmosphere, this kind of toxicity that is now being presented to us by both Salah and the manager in certain ways, Saudi are going to be licking their lips at this. They were going to be going, oh, we would have paid 100 million or so for him. Now it's seemingly toxic. We'll either cut you a deal that's going to be around about 40 to 50 million, or we'll just wait another year and pick him up for free next year. You'll have a very unhappy player. No one's going to want to take him because of his age and stuff. But we'll just wait another year, pick him up on a free, put him on a bumper wage. The fan base he's picked up, his following in the likes of Egypt and all across Africa is going to obviously bring more eyes to the Saudi product. We're going to get a lot out of this, and you are going to get nothing. Now, Liverpool have obviously benefited immensely from Salah, the transfer fee that we picked him up for many, many years ago, and everything else that goes along with that. Of course we have. But at the end of the day, you still see him as a prized asset that you can get a lot of money out of. Right now, though, that's obviously not going to be the case. This is a damaged product now. This is a damaged product because Arne Slot has allowed it to rot. The club has decided to do something that they didn't want to do just to appease the fan base. That shows me that the club is weak and is obviously not blameless in this situation. It is a completely mad and bizarre situation to be in. And just to round things off with another few quotes, we got this one here. After what I have done for the club, it really hurts. You can imagine, really, after going from home to the club and you don't know if you are starting. I know the club too well. I have been here many years. Tomorrow, Carragher is going to go for me again and again, and that's fine. I have been at this club scoring more than anyone in this generation since I came to the Premier League. I don't think anyone has scored more goals and more assists than me in the whole of the Premier League. If I am somewhere else, everybody would go to the media and defend the players. I'm the only one in this situation. Can I give an example? It's silly, but I'm sorry. I remember a while ago, Harry Kane was not scoring for 10 games. Everyone in the media was like, oh, Harry will score for us soon, for sure. When it comes to Mo, everyone is like, he needs to be on the bench. I am sorry, Harry. Now, I think he is a little bit over-exaggerating there when it comes to Kane didn't score for 10 games. That will obviously have to be fact-checked, and I'm sure if it's wrong, HMRC will be very quick to, of course, call that out. But it did seem whenever Kane was going through a bit of a dry spell in front of goal that the English media didn't get on his back. He was obviously the golden boy and everything like that. And obviously it does feel similar. It does feel the opposite with Mo Salah in terms of the media and even certain sections of fan bases, whether it be rival ones or neutral ones, or even certain sections of the Liverpool fan base did actually treat Mo Salah with a bit of disrespect, considering what this guy has done for this club over the years in terms of all the successes, both individually and, of course, as a unit, as a united front, as a squad, as a whole. So I understand where he's somewhat coming from when he obviously makes those kinds of claims, but it's just bizarre that this club of Liverpool have allowed this to transpire and spiral out of control, considering that one thing that we praise Liverpool for a lot over the past decade is the fact that they protect their players, they look after their players. And obviously Salah's not feeling that right now. Salah is not feeling like his time at the club, the servant he's been to the club, is being matched up with the respect that he deserves. And I have to agree, because there are a ton of other players that aren't playing very well, but I don't see anybody going really in on Virgil. Maybe it's because Virgil's the only one that's actually talking to the media a lot. Maybe that might be his kind of safety cushion and safety net there. I don't necessarily see a lot of people going in on a lot of the new signings, with the exception of Ekatike, who's probably been our best one. I don't see a lot of people going in on some of the senior players that are there, the likes of McAllister or even Gravenberch, who was so good last season. And of course the ones that are very, very disappointing this year, the likes of Canate, whose head was seemingly in Madrid, but based on yesterday probably just is completely gone altogether. As well as, obviously, as I mentioned before, Cody Gakpo, who's been absolutely abysmal all season. People may look at his goals and assists and go, well, it's not actually too bad. look at his overall play. Goals and assists can be somewhat deceiving sometimes, but it's just a bizarre, horrible situation. It's turned horribly nuclear. I don't want this at my club. You know, in certain situations, I want it at other people's clubs as well. But at the same time, like, we've not had this for a long, long time. We have not had this for a long, long time. How he can keep his job after the results this season, and of course now this latest development, I don't know. I really, really do not know. The only saving grace for Mo might be that he goes to AFCON and this man won't be there when he comes back. Someone else will be. And if that man is Steven Gerrard, then this man will probably fall back in love with football again and fall back in love with Liverpool Football Club again. Obviously, we'll have to wait and see until then what happens, but I don't know how this man can keep his job anymore. This situation is turning incredibly toxic. It is absolutely insane. It's absolutely insane, this whole situation. But these are the thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you call it, on this guy. I want to know what you guys are thinking and feeling. Let me know in the comments section what you think about all these quotes from Mo Salah and more about this whole Salah situation. Like, I'd love to hear from you guys, because I'm sure what you have to say will make for great and interesting reading. Otherwise, hit the like button on the way up if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you are new or want to see more content like this. Both things will always and forever be greatly appreciated. And as always, thank you all so much for watching and listening. I've been Fletch. This has been another Fletch Talks video, and I'll see you and speak with you all again soon in another video or live stream or whatever it may be. Cheers, guys. Thanks everyone for watching. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your day. Speak to you all again very, very soon. And hopefully I'll speak to you more on positive things to do with Liverpool rather than negative. Fingers crossed.